Hey, Tony Gasson here, popping in with a little Sunday sermon. Want to talk to you today and remind you that you have to forgive yourself. You have to come to the place to where you can understand that it's not all your fault, that you're not less than, that you're not unworthy, that you're not a crook and a criminal, that you're not stupid and dumb. All of the stuff that we tell ourselves, the things we beat ourselves up with, and we just say, oh, I'm this, oh, I'm that, oh, I'm this, oh, I'm that. And we think about those generational curses. We think about what our mother did, what our father did. We think about the environment we come from, whether it be privilege or whether it be disadvantage. We think about these things, and then we began to feel either unworthy or unrightfully privileged on one side or the other. It's people who have a whole lot and feel guilty about being blessed and feel guilty about having a lot. And then there's people who have a little and they feel cursed. So you got to shift your mindset, and you have to come to a place of understanding that you are a good person as long as you're working on you and you're working on being a better version of you every single day. As long as you are focused on your behind the scenes and what you do when no one is looking, what you do in the dark, what you do in your heart and your mind, as long as you can focus on integrity, then that's when you know you are in right standing and you deserve all the good that's coming to you, and all the bad that may come, you understand there's a lesson in it. So you got to shift your mindset and you got to stop beating up on yourself, because this is what we do all the time. And we tell ourselves, who am I to receive this promotion? Who am I to receive this blessing? And then if things are going good, we start to speak and expect the bad. We start to, wow, what's gonna happen? Like, what's coming upon me? What is getting ready to happen? Things going too good, things going too smooth, and we refuse to accept being blessed, going and coming. And we start to speak calamity upon ourselves. We start to speak damnation and confusion and trial and tribulation because we are in a season of peace and blessings. And then on the flip side of that, sometimes we find ourselves in a space where we're struggling and we're going through, and we start to say, well, what did I do to deserve this? And why am I cursed? And maybe it's because of this, and maybe it's because of that. And we forget about grace. And we forget that life happens. Life happens to everybody. Life happened to Job, and he was a faithful servant. But life happens. Stuff happens. You're going to lose things. You're going to lose people. It's going to be things that happen that you don't have an explanation for, but that's just the universe on its axis. That's just the world turning. It's life. It's a part of life. Good, bad, ugly. Everything comes with life, and you can't always look at it as a direct reflection of you or of something that you've done. And so when things are going good, you can't go into a space of arrogance and say, hey, I deserve this, is all because of my work. Because you do have blessings and favor. You do have grace and mercy. And then when things are going bad, you can't go into a space of I deserve all of this, because you do have good things that happen or bad things that happen to good people. So it's all in your mind. It's all in your mind, and it's all what you tell yourself. And you have to be very careful what you speak. You got to be very careful what you speak, because oftentimes what you speak determines what you will believe. And I see people sometimes who, I'll do a video, and the video will be something positive or it'll be teaching something, and I'll see people in the comments saying, well, hey, we all know that there's no real love out here, and it's very rare, and it's almost impossible to find. So we just got to stop hoping and wishing that we'll find real love like such and such, and that we will, and we just got to suck it up and deal with it. And I see that and I say, with that mindset, you never will be blessed. You never will find this quote unquote rare love. You never will see a change in your life. Because if you are telling yourself that, then you're blind to your blessings. When you are going and coming, you have blinders on, you have tunnel vision. You can't even see the blessing staring you in your face. And you could be talking to someone that can be a blessing to your life, a best friend, a lover, a promotion, or opportunity, and you won't even acknowledge the person. You won't even speak to the person because you're telling yourself in your head, nothing good is coming to me. So you are not in expectation of anything good. So therefore, when good is right in front of you, you don't even see it. You don't even recognize it because you keep telling yourself that nothing good comes your way. But when you shift your mindset and you start to speak differently and you say, I know I'm blessed and I'm expecting more blessings. I know that I can go from favor to favor, that I can go from blessed to blessed, from winning to winning. I've suffered long enough. I've lost long enough. I'm finna go into a winning season, and this winning season gonna last a lifetime. Because even what people will call a loss or what people will call a failure, I'm still gonna get a win out of it because I'm gonna take a lesson from it. And so when you have that mindset, you looking and you're always saying, and when you are in expectation and you speaking something, things start to move, things start to shake. Just like I've been saying for years now. I've been saying, hey, I would love to do this right here. I would love to serve this organization in this capacity. And I just don't know how it's going to happen. And I was sitting there today and I got an email. That organization had a change in the organization. And there's somebody coming into the organization. And the company that the person comes from, I have a connection there. And I said, hey, such and such is going over here. I know you know this person. Can you give this person my phone number and let them know I'm in the city and I'm here as a resource if they need this. And look how that happened. There's another organization that's near me and I said, hey, I want to serve in this capacity in this organization. And I said that, I believe that, I spoke that, I expect that. And a person reached out to me some time ago and said, hey, I need some help. I need to talk. And I said, okay, we'll set that up. And I said, because of the capacity I met you in, it won't be a charge because I met you in this organization over here. And I don't want to charge people I know from that organization. So it's free of charge. And I'm there and I'm mentoring and I'm supporting this brother. And then he said, he hits me a couple weeks ago and said, hey, TG, aren't you in such and such city? And I said, yeah. He said, hey, my brother just got a position in that city with this organization. Can I connect y'all? And I said, absolutely. And that organization right there is where I wanted to serve. And so I say that to say, if I'm telling myself nothing good is coming, that's never going to happen, that's impossible, then I would be blocking connections. I would be blocking blessings because I'll be saying, no, I'm not going to serve. I'm not making this connection because nothing going to come from it. Nothing going to happen. But I say, listen, I'm being aware. My eyes are open. I don't know which way, from where, from who, from how God going to get what he is trying to get to me. I don't know where it's coming from, who is coming through. So I got to be open-minded. I got to have my eyes open, my ears open. I got to be attentive. And I got to be in expectation that the desires of my heart will be granted unto me. And I don't know how it's going to come. I remember my wife used to ask me, I don't know if my wife or somebody, why you always checking email? Why you always checking that email? I say, because a blessing coming through the email. A blessing is coming and I don't know when it's coming. I don't know what time it's coming, but it's coming. And the blessings right now in the season that I'm in, they going to come through an email. And I remember one time I got an email and it said, hey, Tony, we doing this campaign and we want you to be a part of this campaign. And it's a 2-day campaign and we're going to pay $10,000 a day. And I got on the phone and I say, hey, for that campaign, I'm going to need $20,000 a day. They say, okay, you got it. And we also got this other part. I say, for that part of the campaign, I'm going to need $35,000. Okay, you got it. And we got this other thing for that part of the campaign, I'm going to need $65,000. Okay, you got it. So listen, 75,000 plus 65,000, you do the math for a campaign that a total took me 5 days. And it came through the email. And I told my wife, listen, a blessing coming. And when that blessing came, it came out of nowhere. And at that time when that blessing came, my income was down because I was serving an organization in another capacity that was taking 90% of my time, but only worth 10% of my yearly income. So I was serving so much and giving so much that my income was down. And then here come this campaign that would take 5 days of my time and paid me nearly $200,000. And I say, wow, look at God. Because I was in expectation. And see, this is the thing, what you got to understand is spiritual. It's a connection. And a lot of people don't understand this. Like, it was so many days, so many times that I'd be sitting there and I said, Lord, I need a blessing. Lord, I need a blessing. Lord, hey, I need a blessing. Lord, I need a breakthrough in this area right here. Lord, I need a breakthrough in this area right here. And let me tell you, that same day or the next day, a breakthrough happened in that area. And that's why can't nobody tell me that God ain't real. Can't nobody tell me that God ain't set things in motion. Can't nobody tell me that we not connected on a spiritual line directly to the main line. That God is listening and he hearing. Can't nobody convince me otherwise, because I ain't never needed nothing that was not against the will of God that I did not get. See, yes, you could pray and sometimes the answer is no. Sometimes we get mad with God because we go into a room with a cancer patient and we lay hands and we say, Lord, I command and I demand that this person is healed and the person die. That's because you don't have death and life of another human being in your hands. You don't get to decide when somebody birth date and when somebody death date. And it's arrogant of us to think that we get to choose when somebody get to come in the world and when they get to leave. But when it's concerning you, as long as it ain't concerning the day that you expire, because that's up to God, then anything else is possible. And even when you do pray, if it is in God's will, but you don't know what God got for that person's beginning and their end. So sometimes you got to understand that just because you pray for it don't mean the answer going to be yes, because there's a divine plan that's happening that's bigger than you, because he sees what you can't see. He know what you don't know. So a lot of times that no is for your good or it's for their good, and you don't even know it, but the arrogance in us will get angry with God. So listen, God know your heart, and he know who you are. He know where you are, and he knows where you come from, and he knows where you're going. He knows what you need. He knows what you don't need. And so you pray based on the desires of your heart, your needs, but it has to be in his will, and you have to trust his will. So a lot of times I don't just pray for what I want, because I don't know if what I want can kill me. I don't know if what I want for somebody else's life is not the best thing for them. So I could be praying that this family member is released from jail and that their sentence is overturned. But God may know that if they are released from jail, they'll be killed out here in the streets, and that at least they get to live in there than to be dead out here. So you have to be reminded that you can believe and hope, and you got to shift your mindset to believe that you are worthy and deserving, and that it can happen if it's inside of his will. But you also have to be open and understanding when the answer is no. And you can't lose hope and faith when the answer is no. Because a lot of people lose their mother or lose their father or their son or their daughter, their brother or their sister, and they curse God. But that person's life came and was gone but it shifted the universe. That in their death, something moved. And so something moved, something changed. We see changes come after certain people die. We see laws implemented and enacted after certain people die. So if that was a part of that person's purpose, it would be selfish of us to not allow this person to fulfill their purpose, because if this person's death got this other person off of drugs because it woke them up, and that person went on to touch thousands of lives, then that person who left this earth served their purpose, because that shift impacted this person to change their life. But had we prayed and prayed and prayed, and had God given us what we wanted and kept this person alive, then that the purpose of them leaving earth, that shifted the universe, that shifted their son or their daughter, their spouse's life into another place, that touched this other person or that other person that went on to touch 100 people or 1,000 people or 1,000,000 people. You see, it's a divine plan and work. And so although you pray, understand that it got to be in the season, in the timing, and in his will. And when the answer is no, you got to be able to go. When the answer is no. And when the answer is yes, don't just pray for your vision. Pray for the provision. But also with the provision, you also got to pray that you prepare. Because see, a lot of times we praying for a position, but we're not praying for preparation for the position. And the world is already moving. Death and life is in the power of the tongue. So you may speak that position into existence, but you never spoke preparation into existence. So now you position and you ill prepared. Hey, this is Tony Gaskin. God bless you. Sit with this. Listen to it 2 more times. And let it do for you what it need to do for you. Because what it mean to me is going to mean something different to you. God bless you. We'll be in touch.